Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review. This will be my take, my rendition, my opinion about The Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 18 reunion. Now, this is part 1 of 3, y'all. It was announced by Andy that they're going to be talking about some stuff. And this was the first franchise. Let's give these people an applause. Yes, because Andy said also that this reunion marks 100 seasons of Real Housewives franchise. Just the whole sheboing of all the Real Housewives, whether it's in the country, out the country, you know what I'm saying? Because they got stuff. I think I saw Durban. I think Melbourne came out years ago. Did they have UK once before? I think that's where Stanberry came from. Child, please. I am so thrilled because this was the very first franchise. And if I'm wrong, correct me. Just let me know, y'all. But yeah, the 100 seasons. Can you imagine? I mean, shoot, how many seasons The Simpsons got? What? I think I'm gonna watch The Simpsons lately. Tune them in because I saw something that was really cute and funny. Anywho, yeah, child, Real Housewives of Orange County, Season 18 reunion. Now we got some looks, y'all. Did y'all see it? Did y'all check out the episode? If not, I'm gonna help you out. Okay, so listen. If you haven't already, please like the video. Please comment and let me know what you think. And please subscribe if you haven't already. Like, click that bell. Make sure it's black. So, yes, like I mentioned, we have the Real Housewives of Orange County. Look at these ladies. They're so cute. So, listen, this is a seating chart, right? Everybody want to know about the seating chart. So, pretty much, Andy's sitting where he at. The 2 leads, of course, is the OG, Tamra. I don't know why they just figured the OG sits next to Andy. Like, sometimes I don't get the seating chart, but I can understand this season because Tamra is just in the business. Like I said, what happened to her getting baptized a few years ago? She just seems, I mean, what happened? Because she even cussed less. It was all about what would Jesus do. Now it's about what would Tamra do. I mean, I'm just saying. And of course, Shannon, child. Poor Shannon. Ooh, she sure can deflect, can't she? I mean, I've seen her cut up a couple of times with her untruths. But yeah, and then next to Shannon is Gina. I keep getting Gina and Emily's name mixed up, even though I know who they are. Gina next to Shannon. And then next to Tamra is Emily. Okay, there we go. And then under Emily is Heather, my girl. That's my dog. Heather is my dog, okay? And then after Gina is Jenn. And then, of course, the newbie after Jen is Katie. And last, after Heather is Jesus Jugs. And we didn't see her at all the first episode because, she's a friend. Child, she ain't my friend. But anyway. Okay, so after all that seating chart mess, right? Now, see, there's some cute little looks. Now, Gina on the top left, girl, when they showed some close-ups of Gina's dress, I swear I thought I was looking at Chelsea from Selling Sunset. I mean, Gina. I didn't forgot what the theme was, but Gina, girl, on the left, girl, what is you wearing? A shirt? I mean, I okay. She had to be. She could not be sitting bare. You know what on that couch? I hope that she has something up under her that couldn't really be seen by the cameras. But girl, mm anyway, let's take a look at them individually. This is Tamra looking really cute. I like that. That complimented her very well. And here's Heather. She had on this like Halloween inspired gothic a little bit. It was sexy, it was comfortable. Because Heather ain't gonna go out there looking crazy. Then we got Shannon, child, looking cute. She's so pretty. They're all pretty ladies. Here come Emily Thickness. Coming through Thickness, yes. Then we got Jenn. This is real plain and boring. I really wasn't into all that. That was cute. That's a little sexy, Yeah, it was cute. I like the color. And her hair was gorgeous. And there she go. But like I said, she wasn't there for season 1. I mean, episode 1, rather. Child, listen. The reunion. Yes, the reunion. Yes. Look at these ladies again. They're so pretty. Yes, it was really cute. It was a really cute situation. So, child, listen. Of course, it starts off with Tamra, the OG. And pretty much she wants to reconcile with Shannon. Shannon ain't having it. Shannon felt so hurt, so ganged up on, so disrespected. And even if it was a different subject matter besides DUI and drinking, it was just too much. Like I said, what happened? What happened with your Jesus walks? Do we need to play Kanye? I mean, really. So she said she's starting therapy for her underlying reasons of the anger because she realized, of course, she always realized later, and quite as it's kept, when she drink after that, it's a whole issue too. But she ain't got no DUI. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So she's really trying to hone in on the underlying reason for her anger. I'm like, girl, I guess. And pretty much Shannon don't want to be friends. She was like, I'm good. Pretty much in Shannon's darkest days so far that we know about, she could not count on Tamra at least to be civil and not just, berate her and just try and make her kind of like bully her in a way, just every time that they're trying to have a discussion. But for Tamra, I'll say this. I really haven't known Tamra to be a liar. So when she mentions as much drinking as she does, I believe it. Heather makes a comment later on that we're going to go over because it's a lot. And like I mentioned before in my previous episodes, I recall every time Shannon goes out, it's always some clear liquor with a gang of limes in it. And it has been that way forever. That's like her signature drink. Again, what is it? I forgot the kind of clear liquor, but it's always something and to be frank, if I would have got a DUI, would no one see me drinking in public ever again, at least for a year. At least for a year. It's just for optics sake. And we know how Shannon loves a good optic. Okay. So next we got Jenn. Jenn wants her and Emily to resolve some things because Emily is always, I think it's just what Emily's not saying. And I really don't want to come off as a mean girl, but Jenn is stupid. and I say that again, not to be mean. It's just at this big old age that she is, she don't know how to balance a checkbook. Her parenting skills are subpar. Just she at this big old age, she can't keep a roof. Her priorities are mixed up. She'll believe anything Ryan tells her in order for her to sustain a relationship and keep her. It's just certain things about Jen. I I guess I just don't respect it. Again, not trying to be mean. It's just she just comes off as a stupid woman. It's like, where's your backbone? Where is it's just, women are always holding it down. And to find that Jen is pretty much the opposite of that and totally relying upon someone else, why can't you do it? Why can't you go out and get it yourself? Why can't you find out? And to be frank, again, everyone knows, shout out to Phaedra, that when you sign an immunity deal is when you have information that will incriminate yourself. However, the bigger fish is who they really want. So you pretty much give up info on that person, also incriminating yourself, but not getting in trouble for it. And that's what she couldn't understand, immunity deals. I'm like, how are you in this big old age of what, almost 50? I mean, come on now. That you don't understand, again, listening to Ryan and just it's like, it's like oblivious is her middle name. I don't get it. So pretty much Emily again wants her and no, not Emily, Jen wants her and Emily to resolve. But Emily insists that Ryan pulls her puppet strings. I believe Emily. I believe it. It's oh my goodness. It was just a little like scratching your head moment, like, Jen, girl, shut up. You don't even know what you're talking about. How does Emily know more about the issues than you do? And it's in your household. Again, I think she just wants to stay out of it and not say anything that may incriminate him, because deep down Jen knows that Ryan was somewhat of a guilty, party and all this. Oh boy. So Katie wants to set things straight and resolve some issues. Pretty much this question was asked of the ladies. Because this is a season of resolve, what do you hope to get from this reunion? And that's what Katie said. And then Heather wants to keep almost everyone in her address book. Pretty much they pan to Katie. And Katie's face looked like another dig. Heather has been reading and roasting Katie this whole episode, child. And we're going to get into it. So we really get into the episode. Shannon's DUI, right? It's pretty much Tamra's storyline. Heather said, here we go. Because they mentioned all of the different tags, the different articles were talking about Shannon's DUI, and it mentioned that she was literally 3 times the limit over. I'm like, 3 times? Good grief. And Shannon's not a big person, so we all know when you have that much liquor in you, depending on, your metabolism and everything, it could sway you one way or the other. And, the bigger you are, the more you can handle your liquor for the most part. And Shannon, what, 120, 130, girl? 3 times the limit? That's a lot. So Heather chimed in and said, her husband Terry said her blood alcohol level that they calculated was so high for a person who drinks a lot. And that's pretty much what Tamra said. Tamra said every episode. Tamra said every reunion episode, every reunion, they talk about Shannon's drinking. Pretty much for the last 10 seasons that Shannon has been on. Dang, it's been 10 years Shannon been on the show. Wow. Anywho, that, they're always talking about her drinking, and that's pretty much, that says a lot. Then Emily told Tamra to stop bullying Shannon, because you can't bully someone into not drinking. And that's true. You just can't what was that term? Browbeat someone into submission. That's not, especially if you're somewhat friends with that person, or just trying to, if you care. And pretty much Tamra was owning it, the things that she was saying, the harsh reality she was trying to, portray. She accepts it, she owns it, and that's why she's seeing a therapist to figure out the underlying reason of her anger. Ooh, boy. But Shannon was like, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to be a friend. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So, anywho, again, Heather said the whole thing about the drinking that Terry told her. Now, this thing comes up again where Heather has said something that Shannon didn't want her to say. But again, Heather was like, after you went on Jeff Lewis's show, you pretty much discussed it. So why would Heather think that it was not okay to talk about it out in the open? You went on maybe nationally syndicated. I mean, a whole lot of people listen. You know what I'm saying, to Jeff Lewis. So if you're talking about it in open on a podcast, why wouldn't Heather think it was okay to bring up? But Heather's like, listen, moving forward, and this is the same thing she said before, moving forward, if you don't want to tell me something, please don't. And we'll just keep it like that. No harm, no foul. And child, I really just don't understand Shannon. I don't know if it's really maybe it is the alcohol that's really clogging her brain, because Shannon is somewhat of, a fair thinking woman. But then again, Shannon do be lying. So like Mia for real. So perhaps, she should just, stick to the truth. But sometimes the truth will not set you free. And I'm just saying. So like I said, Tamra admits going after Shannon was wrong. And it's just the case of just, moving forward. So Katie is being discussed, child. This was a whole debacle. I mean, Katie tells her story. It's really cute, but some of the ladies ain't having it. I mean, Emily, Gina, and Heather ain't having it. What's her name? Tamra chimes in a little bit, but she wasn't throwing daggers in. Katie took a lot. Katie was not liked. I don't know if Katie coming back, child. There may be an opening for the Real Housewives of Orange County, because child Katie, ooh, I wonder what her husband gonna think with all this going on. I mean, he married a woman. They've been together for all this time, and just hearing what these ladies are saying, I really do hope it's a misunderstanding, because the way it came out was that Katie really wasn't telling the truth, especially I think with the police. Anyways, let's get into it, right? Whew. So pretty much Emily and Gina confront Katie about buying a home. So apparently Katie asked Gina to look into some things regarding home buying. There was some issue with her son staying in San Diego, and because she got kids, with her previous relationship, and, family and everything that her families that her kids stay with occasionally. Because when she was younger, she wasn't not unfit, but she wasn't fit enough to take care of her kids. And so the ex had them, and she had to fight to get them back. So, she was in a very vulnerable state living out there in Georgia. So when she finally did and got up on her feet, things got better, met her husband, and, it's pretty much been happily ever after for the most part. But there was an issue, like I said, when Gina mentioned that there was a big old discrepancy about this San Diego thing, because in the text thread, Katie made it seem like she needed help with residency for her son. And when Gina asked, do you own this home in San Diego? Katie said yes, which prompted Gina to do whatever she was, asked to do. And Gina showed this to Emily. And Emily pretty much confronted Katie at the same time, because according to Emily, Katie always has an excuse for, things that come up that are inconsistent that people call her on. And I get it. I get it. So that was one issue. And then another thing that, what's the name? What's that man's name? Andy brought up was that she was sued for $5 million. So it was some filming of um, the actual business meeting that she was in, where these golf balls were used as holders of liquor. And they didn't really get into it, but apparently that product that she was involved in, there was a $5 million lawsuit, but luckily she was dismissed from. So there really wasn't any, thing about that. But Heather said, Sutton said, so I'm pretty sure, so you can hear how they're all just coming at Katie with all these different situations that, make them think that Katie is not trustworthy. So this one was pretty, damning. So like I said, Heather said Sutton told her that Katie fronted about knowing some, golfers, and that it was some type of networking situation Katie didn't come through on. And Sutton had made this whole to do. She had this whole like presentation or welcoming of the who's who in golf, because Katie's husband, is very involved in golf. He pretty much lives on the golf course. And when you live on a golf course, child, you got money. That's all I got to say. All right. I'm just saying, because there's a lot going on that golf course. They always say people make the best deals on the golf course. Okay. So, yeah. So Sutton was, mad, and Sutton, and I did show some text messages between Heather and Sutton, pretty much proving Heather correct in the fact of Sutton saying how Katie pretty much was fronting about knowing all these people, and pretty much it was like a no-show, it was a ghost town. And Sutton has spent all of these resources trying to snooze these people, and nothing ever occurred. And Katie said, well, I already offered to front the bill for those things. So I don't, Katie is not really confrontational. She took a lot and pretty much just explained herself without, I guess, without that usual oomph people have when they're being, accused and just trying to be made to feel like they're a liar and all these, it was a lot for Katie. And she got a little upset, especially the thing about custody. But this next thing was, pretty crazy. So pretty much there was this article about Katie and road rage and this guy. So Katie's story was this: out in Georgia, when she had her kids and they were real little, she was driving on the road, and this mad crazy man was like pretty much harassing her on the road. And I guess they came to a stop of sorts, and he got out and was filming her. And she called the police, and and she was real scared and frightened, cussing her out and giving her the bird. And like I said, they came to a stop of sorts. and he started filming her in the car, the kids crying and carrying on. She tried to back up, and he jumped in the back, preventing her from leaving in a way. It was just weird. But then Heather said, well, that's not the story the police told. And pretty much Heather said, Popo said, and this was all written in the actual situation, that, again, Heather said what the Popo said right now, that Katie and this driver got into it on the road. She followed him home. He got out of his vehicle. Neighbors came out. It was a big commotion. And once the Popo got there, he was real, animated and elevated. So he couldn't stop. So they tased him in front of the neighbors, got out, not got out, got locked up, and it was a whole scene. So it doesn't add up, because Katie pretty much corroborated what Heather was saying. Yes, the neighbors did come out. So how did you go from the road to his neighbors? So something don't add up there. I would really love to have that really. I'm gonna have to look that up, because that don't sound. Katie, girl, something, girls, I don't know. Anywho, so after all that, they went to commercial, and Heather apologized, because she told Katie that I wasn't gonna bring up anything about your kids, but I am sorry about the custody thing, and I really, am sorry about all of this. Girl, after you done read her for Philly, that's what I'm saying. These ladies be talking cash money shit. And then, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, yes, I love you. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. So next, Jenn and clueless Jenn, child, clueless. So pretty much they get into not even Jen's family issue. They go straight into Ryan's issues. So Jenn is clueless about Ryan's, I would say, involvement and his immunity, like I mentioned before. Emily explains the mess, and Jenn is just incompetent to the fact. I'm like, she's just challenging an attorney, mind you. Emily is a lawyer, a lawyer attorney, and she's just like, I read it, I understand it, and the fact that he has an immunity deal proves that he was involved. And Jim, like, he was not involved. His name was just on the account. First of all, how do you not be involved? First of all, like I said, everybody good and grown knows that if you get a big old deposit of $18 million in your account, you're gonna try and figure out what is this about. And that's pretty much what it was. The whole sheboing was Ryan's associate pretty much was laundering money from his client, and they were just spending it and doing things with it, and just a whole lot of stuff that wasn't kosher, wasn't legal, and looked a lot like good old theft. So anywho, we later find out that Ryan's associate pled guilty, child, and he's trying to do what he can not to have to be in prison for too long. But child, I don't know, child. I don't know. So yeah, Jenn is I just don't understand how you can be this big of an age and be this stupid. Again, I really hate to say it like that, but Jenn, girl, if you're listening, girl, you need to. I'm just so used to women. You don't have to be strong and holding the world on your shoulders, but to be this obtuse, and it's a willful obtuse, girl, educate yourself in some stuff. Anyway, so pretty much Gina's trying to tell Jenn that she's worried for her because of all the things you're doing with this guy. He's so much involved in all of these things. And she's like, he's not involved. You can just tell that Ryan pretty much trains her very well. He knows what he has. That's why he can continuously cheat multiple times on this woman and she'll think it's okay. Girl, anyway, so pretty much Jen lashes out at Emily because she doesn't like how Emily is coming at her. And usually when you don't understand something, you lash out because, you're ignorant. And pretty much, child, this was a humdinger. Jen pretty much yells at Emily, well, that's why your in-laws fund your life. Meaning Shane's family, she lives off of Shane's money. And I'm like, first of all, Emily makes a cute coin on this show. So I'm just wondering, what is all this about Jen don't have no money? This is her second year on this show. I mean, it's minimum 6 figures. I'm just saying. I know it may not be a lot to where she lives, but I mean, in her situation, but she can pay some bills with 6 figures while she's living off of her man. I'm pretty sure he's not requiring her to pay anything. Well, maybe anyway. I just don't think he's requiring her to pay that bill in that big old beautiful house. I mean, maybe a dinner or two every blue moon, but no, 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 no. That was kind of messed up. And Emily did not even respond. She just, she doesn't even want to get her in-laws wrapped up in, and I don't blame her. I just would have pretty much did the same thing if it was true. I'm just saying. But that was it, y'all. That was Real Housewives season 18 reunion part 1 plus their looks. And she's like, what they look like? Let's take a one more peek, a gander at these ladies. Look at Tamra, Heather, Shannon, Emily, thickness, yes. Jenn, Katie, and her. She's a judge. She'll be in episode 2, I think. Anyway, y'all, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope you can come back because we got some more coming at you. And we just go mosey on out and we'll catch you later. See you later. Bye-bye. Adios. Arrivederci. And please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and share. Bye. Ray, ray, all day.